online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Don't bite your friends.
Don't bite your friends, Annika.
Don't bite your friends, Nino. I mean, it's a simple song. And yes, we're totally starting off with a kid's song once again.
Yeah, shut up.
The cuties aren't with us today.
No, Kevin.
But I'm your host, Annika Michelle, and with me is my wonderful co-host.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nino. And just making it into the studio.
We said you'll make it at the intros, and we were right.
There we go.
I feel like I am the most on-time person ever. But that is my pet hate, is people that are late. And I'm so disorganized in every other aspect of life, but I'm always on time.
You made
Bloody
it.
hell.
But you made it right
You
now.
made it right at intros.
I like
And you
reversed
are?
in one Dan. I'm sorry guys, because I reversed into my neighbour's car because I put my car into neutral.
Happens.
Drive. But that's alright, I'm here, I'm Dan Babic, and you can find me on Instagram at Dan Babic, and I'm too winded guys, but it's all down below. I need a moment to breathe.
Here you go, Dan.
Oh, thank you,
That's
Nino.
for you.
Thank you.
While Dan takes a minute to breathe, obviously if you guys watch this episode, it is called The Biter.
Yeah.
Number 15, you guys, 7 more. That's
7 more
crazy.
episodes. They got the full 22, but this is happening really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the girls were here, Nicole, she did say that this one had a lot of kids in it because, you know, they're at the preschool, and she was definitely correct. It was so cute, though.
It was. Okay, I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
Okay, please jump ahead.
But Crimson did not look like she was in preschool. That was
No.
the girl who lied about biting.
No, she did not.
No, she looked like she was like 8.
Yeah. And she's like, I'll tell you. And then Stamos is like, well, you're the same age as these kids, but you can talk like us. It's like, no, he's not. She's not the same age,
No,
Jimmy.
She's super.
She's like 9.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I jumped ahead. Go
Anyways,
ahead.
it's okay. We'll get to that point. But there was a lot of like relationships kind of blossoming in this one.
Yes,
We
finally.
love relationships. I'm all about the relationship part. I don't even care who gets together anymore, as long as we see a bit of action, because I'm over it.
I think the action's about to happen.
It's
Sushi Boy and
going down.
Pony look like they were connecting once again.
They were because, you know, we'll start with that, I guess. So Edie was getting bitten in preschool, obviously.
Sad.
And who wants to bite a kid that cute? Like, seriously? You're just jealous.
I was like, bite it back, Edie. Come on, Edie, show us some. Yeah.
So Edie was getting bitten, obviously, and then they called Sarah because she's an emergency contact, and then
Right.
Jimmy got a little upset that he didn't get any calls. But I loved how he was playing it off like, oh, they just called me like 10 times. Look, like they kept calling me.
To be that suave and to be it's just so funny how he's supposed to be that suave, but he's really not that suave when it comes to with Edie.
And he really does kind of get a little hurt when he's not included in those family like moments.
Yeah.
Like it gets to him.
I get it though. He's a grandfather. He should be like part of it all or whatnot. But he's not the parent also, so it's kind of hard to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once again, it's only been a couple months since they've been.
It's true. It's like maybe the emergency contact was put in like, you know, before all this reunion happened, and like he never thought I have to go add, you know, Jimmy onto it.
Was this the same preschool that they?
No.
Okay, it wasn't.
Because the other one they were looking for preschools.
Gotcha.
And can I just tell you, guys, a little fun fact? I was walking by when they were shooting that scene, and that sandcastle thing that he built, they actually had a sandcastle like person. Like
Come in?
Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even joking, you guys. There's someone like building sandcastles on the side, like with those, with those like molds, you know. And then there was like a few of them because obviously she has to topple it down.
Right.
And then that like playground in the school was really the Central Park set in CBS.
Oh my god,
okay.
there you go. I love having you here. Could you give us like all the inside gossip? Yeah, it's like no big deal. As I was just walking across from Stamos today, he told me he loves our after show. Like no biggie, yeah.
This one cracked me up. He cracked me up.
That is
So
super
excited.
interesting. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was shot in the same Central Park set, like the same exact area where, if you guys remember in like a previous episode where the modeling scout came and Edie's sitting there with the bench,
Right,
same exact
okay.
place.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then like when they go to the parents' house for, you know, to talk to the parents, it's actually our offices.
Oh,
That
boom.
neighborhood?
Yeah.
Oh wow, your office does look like a
It looks like a frat house. Yeah.
Okay.
So when are we gonna see an Annika Michelle?
Oh my god, just walking past
just walking
casually.
in.
Hey.
Reminds me of that movie, Bruno, very inappropriate. And Bruno's an extra, on, like Law and Order, and he takes it in his, stride to kind of,
Right.
become the star of the show, and he's like posing and like waving ridiculously. So
That's
I think you need to do
autograph.
that.
Oh my
yes.
God. They're gonna love it if I do that, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
John, can I just get a walk in on really quick? Just
Yeah,
really
just
quick.
really fast.
Yep, so sex scene, is that the one? Yeah.
This one. But I do have to say, so Sushi and Ponyboy, back to that.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting a little jealous that she was going out on a date. What do you guys think?
I love that he was jealous about it. Like, he almost didn't want to hide it too much, because when Annalise was like, I think you're going on, right? He's excited.
Yeah, I'm like,
he's super excited
It's
about
fun.
this.
So excited.
Like, because Annalise was like, wait, you look like you're packing for a date when they were going to go on that stakeout or
Yeah.
whatnot. And he really didn't say no.
No.
You know what I
He was
mean?
like, wow, I'm just, grading whatever. Like, he didn't deny or
Truffles.
accept it. Yeah.
Truffles are expensive.
And it's good because it's starting to come along. Because at the start, when she was dating and she went out with that idiot, I don't even know his name, but he moved to China, thank God. He was like, he couldn't care less. He's like, well, I'm busy, I'm hot, I've got things going on. But then, like, this was the first time he was upset and a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
Wait, that is so... I can't believe I just said that. Like, jelly. Like, clearly been talking to my grandma today. Like, pretend I never just said that. Like, that is so embarrassing.
He's into it right now. That's what's
I'm
going
really into it, exactly.
I love it. Well, it's funny because this is one episode where Jimmy, we didn't see any girl, whether it was through text for him or coming up to the bar, or he was flirting or even checking out. Like, cause there's always some connection to him and another girl. Like, even if he's checking her out or crazy texting, whatever it is, video snaps. There was not one connection to a girl in Jimmy this week. I mean, I think that means he's like single and ready to mingle.
No, definitely. And there was no distractions for him. That's why he was super concentrated on Edie.
I already
He's already...
Yeah. He's waiting for your cameo next week, Annika. That's what he's waiting for.
I think he's gonna be that girl that he's like swiping like on Tinder with like, oh, that looks like a match
on
right
the match
there.
site.
Yeah.
You guys
my
crack
God.
me up. I love your matchmaking skills every week.
But that wasn't the only matchmaking that was going on.
Oh my gosh, that's right. There's Gerald and Vanessa.
Yes, I told you guys.
Finally!
Yes.
You predicted it, like last week with the
Oh
prediction
my
music.
God.
You said it, yeah.
And Drake is back from, Drake and Josh back in the
Yes,
days of
Drake
Nickelodeon. And
I felt nostalgic, did you? Cause
yeah,
there
it was
so many
cool. It was
moments.
cool. He was kind of a douche to Josh at first.
Right.
I mean, Gerald at first.
He was kind of like a douche on Josh and Drake.
Right.
Not like to that 10th
extent,
degree
though.
or whatever,
Yeah.
to that extent. But you could totally see like the small little bits and pieces they had. Just totally reminded me of like Nickelodeon when I was younger.
Do you know what? I hate him. Because I've been doing the red carpet hosting the last few months. And I love it. And do you know, every A-lister from like Hugh Jackman to, haven't met Beyonce, but I'm sure she's amazing.
Right.
Like to Nicole Kidman. I'm just naming all the Aussies here, aren't I? To like, Kate Blanchett's another really nice one. No, but like, I've met a lot of the big stars and so nice and so cool. And when I interviewed him, an arsehole,
no.
absolute arsehole.
What?
And the only time I've ever had problems with people are him, the cast of The Rich Kids of Beverly Hills, and the cast
there
of
you go.
Vanderpump Rules, like the trashy stars. Had the biggest ego I've ever seen, and then when Caitlyn Jenner came out as transgender, we love her. He was horrible and put out mean tweets to Caitlyn, so he's on my hit list. I do not like him. Yes.
So
So you must have cringed when you saw him come out the Mercedes.
yeah.
Yes, and he's got really bad skin in real life, got really bad acne as well.
Well, makeup covered that on this
They
show.
did, yeah.
Makeup covered it
He
up.
still looks like he's like 15.
Yeah, he really does though.
Yeah.
And it's funny because Gerald was saying like, he's like, hey, you look like my stepbrother, and he was like, oh, was he cool? And he's like, no, he was a jerk. Not jerk. What was he?
He was stalking Oprah.
Loser. Yeah, he was like stalking Oprah. And it's like, okay, first of all, like, no offense or anything, but like, Josh obviously was a bigger guy like on the show.
Right.
He's lost a bunch of weight. He looks really good. He takes care of himself. He's fit. He's in it now. And I feel like Drake has just been the same.
Drake looks the same.
Right? He wasn't obese to lose the weight, so
No.
there wasn't that transformation
But he
kind of
just
thing.
looks like the same kid.
Right, the
Yeah.
same kid.
Which could be good. I
guess
mean,
it
in
could
Hollywood,
be.
you know what I mean? Like, you don't, if you don't crack, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you could play roles extendedly.
Well, I don't think it's really working
Yeah,
for
right.
him because he hasn't really worked since
Oh,
Drake and Josh, and now
Dan is
the only
so
time he's
upset.
working is on the grandfathered because Josh is obviously like, oh, all right, we'll put you on because you're making no money. So there we go. That's karma for you.
You see
Oh
that
my
shade
gosh.
that's like
I know.
Dan is
Like-
killing it.
Yeah, killing it.
But he did have some good like funny bits with Ravi.
He did.
He was like, oh, your mom, and like Ravi was kind of playing along with it, even though it was not very nice comments, obviously.
Right. Ravi's that guy who just wants to make everything like good. And
He wants to be on everyone's good side. He wants to be everyone's friend.
But remember what I told you? I noticed something, guys.
Oh.
Ooh. So in the beginning of like the whole season, Ravi, was divorced and he had kids, right? I believe I heard that, if I'm not mistaken.
Did.
Yeah.
This episode, they were like, well, you're gonna name whatever. What was
If you have a kid, Kyle. I have it written.
Kyle, right? Yeah, Kyle.
I think it's something like that.
I think his name is Kyle. Drake's name was Kyle in this episode. If you're gonna have your, a kid, you're gonna name him Kyle. Is that what you're trying to say? So wait.
Kirk.
Yeah.
So they're saying Ravi doesn't have any kids? Like, continuity issues here. What's going on?
And they didn't think anyone would notice. Little do they know.
I was paying attention.
There you go.
Because that wasn't even my prediction. Because I was like, we haven't seen the kids. We haven't seen the ex-wife.
See, you did mention it. Yeah.
Like I thought. I said a few weeks ago. I think we're going to see more from Ravi.
We need
about
to.
time, but
Right.
they've obviously just like, oh no, they forgot obviously.
They need to get the story straight.
Get the story straight.
Yeah.
Is he living a double life? I don't know. Maybe now.
We don't know. But Ravi has posted on his Instagram that he's trying to like get fit and lose weight. And I have to say that like even though this episode was shot weeks ago, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying from the previous episodes to this one, he looked a lot fitter and a lot slimmer.
Yeah.
So whatever he's doing is obviously probably working.
Right.
Just standing next to John Stamos, I think his energy and he's like,
it's like I gotta go, man. I gotta do this. But I'm just gonna detour back to Sushi and Ponyboy for a second.
Go ahead.
Because when she said, "Oh, I'm going out with Scott," he has like that small boat or whatever, and then Stamos is like small boat,
dinghy.
you know what that means. And then but like it's kind of funny because they're continuing the cat and mouse thing because he encouraged her to go on that date because she was like, should I cancel and just stay here? And he was like, no, go. And like I feel like if my crush told me that, I'd be like, oh, he's not into me, he just told me to go out with another guy.
Right. And she was funny because she looked like she was like, please tell me no, I want to stay with you and eat these truffle whatever you're making me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he almost told her, he almost let her stay. And then he thought to himself, like, don't put your ego aside. I think he was thinking he was giving her a favor.
Yeah.
Doing her a favor or whatnot. Unfortunately, I don't think so.
I love me some Sarah, but I just need her to get a bit more slutty. Like, I know she's going on the dates, but I need a night out, accidentally, maybe have a bit of a pinger, maybe, have one too many vodka shots. Like, I want to see her a bit rowdy. I know it's good she's going on the dates, putting herself out there, but we need a slutty moment from good old Cez, I reckon.
I feel like she's almost been to that moment. But
she has.
She gets there and she pulls out.
She sends like the photos. She, does sexy photos. I mean, it's hard because she's just been a single mom all this time, and in comes Jimmy, So I think she's slowly getting there with the help of everyone.
Her perfect match is right in front of her face.
I
so let's get it together. Come on.
Come on. One thing I'm hating though, well, it's nothing I can control, but Sushi Boy and Pony Boy reminds me of the stupid book I had to read called The Outsiders in like grade 7 in high school.
I remember The Outsiders.
And I hated that book and I had to read it, and now it always reminds me of that. So we need to think of different names for them because I don't want to think of that book ever again.
I didn't even read that book.
I remember that book, and you're right.
So bad.
Now I think about that.
It's so boring. But anyway, back on to what else did we see, Annika, this episode?
I think really fast about Sushi and Pony Boy. That I think maybe he let her go on the date to be like, okay, well, I'm always here. That guy could easily not be here, and I'm going to be in her life because we have a child and a grandchild and family. Right. So I think he was like, let her. Like, I don't know. I think I might have been nervous and told my crush to go too, even though I wanted my crush to stay. I'd be like, just go. You might have fun. Because then you don't want to be that person to be like, no, don't go. Stay. Like,
You don't want to be that obvious person either. I think, and once again, his ego, you know what I mean? Yeah. He kept it in check, was just like, I don't need to be doing this. Let me just let her go. She'll come back eventually.
Yeah, and this is not like a psychological tip at all, but I'm sure it is, but I just know from personal experience, no one likes a Debbie Desperado. Someone that's really desperate, they really want it. Right. It's kind of, it's like, ugh, get off me. So you got to kind of play it cool, like, oh, no big deal, like.
Right, and I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
I think that's what he was trying to do.
Exactly. Yeah. And then Gerald and Vanessa, they're starting a business together, this little app to co-parent. Yes. Okay, first of all, if you guys, work parents and for whatever reason don't talk to your partner or girlfriend or wife or whatever it is, how's this app? I didn't understand how, like...
I got it, though. Okay, so, see, they're not in the same household, but they're going to see everything that's happening with a kid on this app. So, like, it's basically, like, a Google Calendar, in a sense, or whatnot, so you can see and track your kids. Okay, I already did this. I checked this off. You don't have to do this for her. or for him
Oh,
or
I
her
see what you're
son.
saying. So they don't have to like talk about it. They
It was
just...
a smart move.
Right.
It was smart. You know, I liked what I did like about it was when Gerald was like talking about the app, or he was like discussing with her, and Vanessa was in the chair. He leaned over and was trying to get all sexy with it, and I was like, all right,
He's trying.
okay,
He's
trying to make a move again. And she, I mean, I don't know if she was all there, but she wasn't resisting. So
No.
She was all there.
I am a little bit concerned about the app though, because I love good old I'm bloody forgetting their names. Good old Josh and Vanessa. But they're not the sharpest tools in the shed. You know, Vanessa's got a blog, Vanessa's doing this, always something new. She's going to be, you know, the head of the restaurant.
Right.
Bloody Josh is going from this thing, working from home, then he's at the restaurant. Like, not love them, but not too smart and not too great of a work ethic. So I really do hope it works out for them, but I've got to say, I think it's going to be a bit of a phase.
Oh, millennials! Like that was the biggest thing that they were saying. Like, oh, you millennials, and I was like, I was a little taken aback by that. But I recently saw like on BuzzFeed an older millennials post, and I was like, this is me, older millennial.
Okay.
So I want to be in that category because we don't hop around.
We don't flake.
We don't flake.
Like me coming late on a younger...
That's not your fault, though.
it
That's
isn't
not
my
your
fault.
fault.
Yeah.
That's not your fault.
But
happens.
I've got to say, I'm not sticking up for the millennials at all. There's a lot of entitlement with people who are millennials, and I've noticed that working in the offices and all of that most millennials think that they're just entitled to having everything in life and aren't willing to work hard because we're all hustlers, we all bust our asses off, but I do think there are a lot of lazy millennials.
That's very
old
true.
millennials.
That's very
Oh,
true.
millennials.
The old millennials are the good millennials. I'm gonna get hate for that.
No, you're not. And that,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I think there's good and bad in every group, no matter what. But
Right.
you know,
But they got the deal. Let's just say that they got the
yeah,
deal.
they did. And I have to say, even though Kirk was really rude to them and was like, "Oh, you guys had a baby? How did that happen?"
Right.
And like making comments like you guys had to have sex for what? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you being so rude to
Right.
them? And so like I kind of like that Gerald was standing up, and so was Vanessa. Like she
Right.
wasn't letting him sit there and talk about Gerald or her or like anything. And so I think that kind of just showed that they're like into each other a bit because they're both standing up for the other person and not just themselves.
Exactly.
So,
They still have that love for each other, like deep down inside. And then, you know, Drake or Kirk was just having his little Napoleon syndrome
Yeah,
day.
he was
you know what I
loving
mean?
it.
He was just he thinks that because he's a billionaire or millionaire that obviously money rules everything and he could have his way with people. Nope, these two stood up for each other and it was really nice to see.
it was really
But
good.
don't you love the way life works out? Like in real life, good old Josh and Vanessa are ballers, making lots of money on a hit show, and then Drake's kind of just playing one and then goes back home. Boom! So, yeah, sorry Drake, or whatever your real name is.
That's his real name.
Drake
Oh,
Bell.
is it? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Enough about him, I'm over him. I want to know quickly, because you are inside with all the gossip and
Oh
all
my
of that.
gosh.
Are we coming back for season 2?
I don't know. I don't have an
has it
answer for
confirmed?
that.
Like, what,
It has not confirmed.
what do you feel it? Because you know the best out of anybody.
I do. I feel bad. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they even know. My friends on the show don't even know. But like,
Okay.
they say that they're very hopeful. It's doing good so far in ratings, and like the producers and stuff are like hopeful about it. But they were not going to know until upfronts in May. So please keep watching, everyone.
Keep watching,
Turn
yeah,
your
yeah.
TV on, even if you're not watching, just at the time, just so it counts for the numbers.
Right.
Because I want it to come back.
I guess
and
we'll
if it
see.
comes back, we're gonna have a really special visitor in here with us.
I
so
know!
fingers crossed it does come back, you guys.
Cross it.
That's right. When you get back to bed tonight, when you get back home, just tell John that, you
Yeah.
know...
Oh my gosh.
You know, that we really want to put it forward for next year and for the
let him
next
know.
season. So, yeah, just give him
We'll
that, yeah.
book him now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I might just give him a bit of a text now after the show. Yeah, after the
Dan's
show.
gonna contact him.
Yeah.
Should we move on to predictions? I have a good one.
Oh, do it.
Ooh, I
You
love
start
Anika's
first,
predictions.
then.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I can't stop laughing
ghost.
because I know that sometimes John Stamos watches our show.
Ah, yes.
And was, you know, talking about it last week as well. And I'm just like, oh my God, can you imagine if you go to work like tomorrow and we're talking about you taking your clothes off for John, all
my
these jokes, like
gosh.
you're going to die. But
That
anyway,
is true.
Interesting.
And I love it's you guys saying it, not me.
That'll be
yeah, I don't have to see
These
it, yeah.
two.
But my predictions this week for next week are, I think we're finally going to see Vanessa and
Yes.
Gerald. Finally. Well, that prediction's over. I was going to say Ravi's personal life, but they've changed the stories about his personal life, so I'm writing a letter to you, Mr. Writer of the show. And then my other prediction is we're going to see the Sarah and Jimmy thing linger on, and then if they get picked up for a second season, they'll have a kiss on, at the end of this season, or if they don't, then it will end and they'll live happily ever after. So that's me predictions for you guys.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, so my quick predictions are that this this app is going to help Vanessa and Gerald get together before the season ends.
Oh.
I think it's like they're working so much together and then they're liking it that it's going to happen. And then we're going to be waiting for Pony and Sushi Boy.
No, those words run with the
Sarah and Jimmy to get together.
there we
But
go.
I feel like now that I saw this episode, something's happening with Gerald and Vanessa.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I agree with all y'all, but mine is going to be a little bit of a different prediction. I forgot the word prediction. I'm like, inspiration, that's not it. So I just recently joined Snapchat. I have no clue what I'm doing, you guys. So, but I'm, of course, following these people on the show because why not watch their snaps when I have no clue how to work this thing. So John Stamos posted a
Chat.
story today. And it looked like he was running through like an airport scene. And they're shooting the last episode, guys. So just keep this in mind. It looked like he was running through an airport and he was like, wait, no, you can't go. And he's running through the airport. So I'm just going to go based off that Snapchat. Who's leaving? And I'm guessing Sarah's getting on a plane somewhere. Maybe to China, hopefully to not see that crazy guy. But he's running through the airport to stop something, so. Or a train station, I can't tell. But either way, it's luggage and people and movement and... It looked like an airplane.
That's like my favorite thing is when you see people like running like, don't go!
Yeah.
Like when I moved to America, everyone's like,
motion.
fuck yes! I think about time he goes!
I want someone to run after me in an airport. Like, someone come chase me.
I'll chase after you, be like, oh, you forgot your passport, you left it
No!
on the floor. Oh, yeah.
Chase I want. But anyways, that was fun. You guys want to tell them where they can find you?
Yes.
Well, now I can actually talk because I came in I was such a flustered little mess. But you can find me on Instagram at DanBabic and find me on Twitter at DanBabic with an underscore. And guess what, guys? I've been working on my website this week. So by next week, it will be officially launched. It's going to be called not-basic.com because I'm #notbasic. So look into that, guys.
Look at that. Okay. Dan's a
Boom,
busy
baby,
man.
boom. Yes.
Oh, had a good time again this week, guys. Once again, it's your boy Nino. You can catch me at Nino Llanera on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Watch my Snapchat stories from tonight. It's been a little bit interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, it has been. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at Annika Michelle 1, and I have no idea what my Snapchat is. But I'll figure it out and let you guys know next week. I don't know what I'm doing, you guys. And my website, AnnikaMichelle.com. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Tommy Moss.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.